All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Kaiju number 8, episode 12.
The season finale.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We have two numbered Kaiju humans basically doing battle duking it out. Yeah.
And Kafka, well, one, you gotta defend yourself and save yourself because this dude is coming to kill you. But two, you're not piloting right now.
You are currently getting a bit like of a situation.
Yeah, a bit
here.
absorbed right now.
Yeah. The LCL is taking over at this point. You know,
Exactly.
It's a danger and it's not a good one at this point. You know.
Right. So, if you want everybody that has been with you up until this point to stay on your side and all that, you might want to show that, yes, in fact, you are still
In control.
human. Yeah.
Yeah. I really love also that while this is all happening here, Shinomiya is still like watching.
Right.
And this is something
good
that
lesson.
if she then sees it of him like coming out and being human here and also then stopping the general, that might also give some good character development for the general to then be able to be like, oh.
Right, like I brought my daughter here specifically so that she could see that you're not in there, and then,
if it changes his mind, then it could be something where
I can't just sweep this under the rug and be like, well, I'm killing you anyways because I don't like this.
Right, but we could kind of adopt a new strategy as the humans of how we deal with the kaiju.
Potentially. Yeah.
And that would make this serve as a pretty proper finale as well for the first season.
That would.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Bro, get it. Yeah, get that back sweat. It's actually a reasonable amount of weight for someone his age. Like, there's someone that's building really hard there. Oh. Huh? Oh.
Yes, that will work.
Oh, that's good to know. Currently examining.
Yes.
That's what we're calling it. Meanwhile, in New Japan underneath,
Right.
What?
Oh. Well, that's okay.
Engage the beast.
Yeah.
Oh! Boom!
Cool.
A sonic boom to propel him forward.
No
What
way.
the hell?
Yeah, what happened to Kafka while that happened? Like,
Yeah, it's all under.
we're safe here while we watch it,
expectations.
right? Yeah. I mean, he is a numbered kaiju himself, but yes.
Which one are you talking about, though?
Right. Exactly. Wait, so you're not... I guess he doesn't tell them about this stuff. It's just, I'm just doing this. Yeah.
Yeah, is he like giving
Yep.
you actually a little bit of a genuine chance to see? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point, right? Because he didn't just want it to be an execution.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you have enough to take him.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, you have to do something, Kafka. This is... Oh shit, the music. This is...
How crazy would that be if he actually just killed him?
Yeah. The old generation going up against the newer one.
Yeah. He's bigger, too.
What the hell? Was
All
a
right.
Cero?
Holy shit.
Oh, it's
my
over.
God.
It's over. Yeah! Yeah! Come on, buddy!
Oh, oh,
私はあいつをそれでも信じたい。怪獣なんかに負けてんじゃない。
yeah.
Yeah! Baka Kafka!
I was born into this world. Come on.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh,
he's scared. He's
make
scared.
that thing choke. Yeah, when you reached it. Childhood memory.
Yeah.
ずっと待ってる。
Okay.
He punched himself?
I think so, yeah. Rips out his own core.
Yeah! Hibino Kafka, yeah! Yeah! Oh!
After this, though, they might still decide to kill you. If they can.
You did lose control.
Right. You almost killed their strongest fighter and their leader.
Yeah, we have to scale everything according to you, not number 2 anymore. Although number 1's potentially out there too.
Yeah. What kind of a weapon is that?
一向に援護の合図を送らないからそのまま死ぬ気かと思いましたよ。
And this voice actor too, that's awesome.
Yeah.
君は入隊試験の時から日々のカフカを見ている。
Alright.
調書によればそれ以前からの知り合いでもあるということだ。
I like that they're not calling that a bias. We're like, no, we actually are curious.
記録によれば彼女は日々のカフカを落としている。
Mm-hmm.
補欠合格になったのは
Right.
副隊長の進言だ。
日々のカフカが人間か怪獣か、それは専門家の知見に委ねるしかありません。
Ah.
そこで私は隊員としての日
Yeah. Yeah.
特筆すべきは10号との戦いで余重爆弾を破壊し第3部隊全滅の危機を救いました。
だからどうしたというのだ。に過ぎない日々のカフカのその活躍こそ奴が怪獣だという証左だ。
This is...
はい、その通りです。
They're insulting everybody's intelligence by saying that.
何度試験に落ちても、解放戦力がゼロでも、そして体が怪獣になってしまっても、彼は人を救うことをやめなかった。
He was consistent the whole way through. You.
誰よりも諦めが悪く、献身的で。
Uh-huh. Oh.
そして誰よりも人間らしい。
Whew.
日々のカフカが信頼に足る隊員かどうかを判断する決め手は何なのか。それは心だと。
Oh. It's his core. What's at the core of who he is?
Yeah, yeah.
ご苦労だった。
Yeah.
田代隊長。
You've done what we asked.
戻ってく
Yep.
Cool.
8号は
Cool. Hard
Okay.
cut here.
Yep.
They've got him dosed up and
だからもし自分が身も心も怪獣になっちまうんだったら人間として死のうと思ったんだ。
hell yeah.
Yep. Wait, I woke up?
生きて
Yeah.
Yeah.
目覚めたか。
Oh.
Personal conversation.
Oh, cool.
もし召喚に何かあったら
Oh.
これに合わせる顔がなかった。
もしお前のその胸にあるのが人間の脆弱な心臓であったなら、おそらくお前は死んでいただ。
Yeah, that's...
お前は怪獣だ。
And we're going to let you live. Yeah.
が敵かどうかは保留しておく。怪獣8号は
Oh, and everyone's pissed at
Oh
him.
yeah. Right.
危険です前例もありません
Of course, there's no precedent.
大怪獣が群発している今戦力は最大効率
Whoa.
Right.
前例がないぞ前例
Yeah. What a
そんなものはこの国に
yeah. What a dumbass argument.
想定をはるかに超える数の怪獣が群発した場合国は容易に滅びるのだ
We need overwhelming force in that case.
それでも我々は反対
日々のカフカ
俺の名前を
Oh. Yeah.
なんとか兵器として生かされてる
Yeah. Yeah. That.
Yep.
That makes
俺は
sense.
今でも
And turning you into a literal weapon is always on the table. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Now the hard part begins. Mm-hmm. I love it. The news getting
Disposal
passed around.
deferred.
自衛隊が掛け合ってくれたのか
いや違う
じゃあこれは
Yeah.
Let's go, Grams! Yeah.
Yep. All right, and now back to working out.
Yeah.
知ってました。
Yeah.
ましたよね。先輩は必ず。
I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
よかったですね日比野さん
けどこれからが大変。
Yep. That's a whole crazy new world now.
ってことがもし外部に知れ
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we all have to keep the secret now.
いつかはバレるもんや。上がでそれくらい覚悟してる。
Yep.
これ以上
So he's got to prove results before then.
おい
Falls asleep immediately.
てろよみんな
Yeah.
仕方ないだろうこのナンバーナインっての
Oh my god!
Wow.
That's scary.
人間の知能の程度は大体は
Oh, okay.
個体レベルでは大したことないな。こっちはどう？基地の構造は大体把握したよ。まあ、それじゃあ
Oh.
What the hell?
人間の手に落ちた怪獣の力を
There's multiple.
Oh.
All right.
Oh. Okay. Nice,
Awesome.
straightforward finale.
Cool.
He's gonna live.
He's gonna live
Yeah,
for
of
now.
course he is, but
Right.
I loved the small detail in that, hey, it wasn't just that you saved the general's life, that you took back control, that he's then like, okay, we're going to use you. You won over him. There was something about his heart that made some difference. It's no, you are a kaiju. When it comes right down to it, the parasite changed you.
Yep. It would
you
be
are
silly to say anything otherwise.
right.
Yes, a human jumped up into the sky and punched away a giant bomb.
Right.
No.
No. But you're Hibino Kafka, though.
Right.
A kaiju.
Yep.
So we're going to use
Okay.
you and see how useful you can be.
Right.
And if you're not useful, then we're going to ask for your help in dispatching you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we can trust that you will at least make every attempt to give that. And I like that
If
that
you
was
can't do it later, then that
Right.
that's our gamble.
I like
That's
I
our
like
gamble.
this as a twist on the,
Very Attack on Titan.
very Attack on
style.
Titan,
Yeah.
like Levi kicking the shit out of him in the courtroom kind of a
Yeah.
thing. Because, okay, one, yeah, you actually could have killed the general.
Yeah, you were
I love
winning.
that.
You
Yeah,
were winning.
you actually started winning. Great. That's
That's the fun twist here.
That's the
was
fun
that-
twist. It makes it so that one, his power really is this like X factor. We have no idea
He's
what
six
it can do.
generations of kaiju numbers beyond.
Yeah, exactly,
guy,
right? Yeah. So that's how it would go. That only
Yeah.
makes sense. And so, yeah, even if you have some crazy strong human that can actually utilize the weapon, which is another thing. Just because you make a weapon doesn't mean that you'll have somebody who can utilize it to its fullest extent. Yeah, we want to make as much use out of him as we can. and we can still make him a weapon if we need to, right?
Right.
If he ends up punching out his core or whatever, cool. Then we harvest the remains and make a weapon.
We build something out of it.
Right, we
yeah.
build something out of it.
But I like that he brought up hey, you guys keep spouting this word precedent, but we're in a national defense crisis situation here.
Right.
That's a pretty word. That doesn't mean shit here.
Yep.
And also precedent. What do you think number 2 was then?
Right. And also
Yeah.
the whole idea of saying he's a kaiju. We're not disputing that. That's the reason he's here.
Yeah.
The question is, what do we do now?
No, I understand their panic of we should just kill him. And,
Right. Totally makes sense.
Kill him. Don't fucking kill him, please.
Please.
No.
Yeah.
But the idea that there's no precedent here is yes, of course there's no precedent. There was no precedent for the kaiju attacking before they attacked.
Right. There's
So-
no precedent for a kaiju being fused with a human, or kaiju being capable of speech, or, all of these different things.
Right. The point that was very clearly brought up by Shinomiya's dad here is that the kaiju that are coming to attack are ramping up in output, power, complexity, and capabilities. And they're out-ramping humanity's responses.
Right.
That's really scary.
Yeah, that
Which
is, you
means
can
that-
count on that.
Which means that you are inevitably, probably going to lose. Because this isn't like some, at war with another country where you can count on eventually the civilians rise up and start making things problematic because they just are tired of the war. Eventually they run out of money and economic output.
Yep.
They eventually run out of energy output.
Oh, sure.
The world ends up becoming more in alliance with your side because of
Right. We
them.
stage a counterintelligence war, to make it so that we don't actually have to deal with the full brunt of their forces.
If anything,
None of
that's
that.
what the kaiju are doing to you. They've staged a counterintelligence form of warfare
Yep.
by infiltrating your ranks.
Yeah.
That's what Kafka was, and it ended up falling apart because of whatever reason. I love that it's we have to use this now. If we don't, we're
screwed.
done.
Just the fact that he was able to beat me like that. That also is kind of the proof enough, right? That we can't just rely on hey, our strength
What's
is
been going on this
enough.
far.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's no, we got to use him. And if we use him as a disposable weapon,
A one-shot kill thing
Great.
that ends up getting killed by another kaiju. And
fantastic.
Awesome.
No problem, right? Then
Yeah.
we get 2 weapons,
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of a lot of other kaiju films and other things like that, where it's usually every decision in those kinds of stories is just right down to the wire. It's we either do this or everybody's dead. That's
Makes it very simple.
It makes it very simple to make those decisions, but you have to have the commitment to make those decisions.
Right.
And this is a scary one for sure, because he has will, but that means he's also still human with regards to some of that will, which means that what Mina said, what the captain said, might have weighed a lot on the general specifically.
Sure.
Because he has done everything in his power to be a model officer without any of his kaiju abilities, without any of what makes a great, powerful human.
Right.
As far as with regards to ability, because they have a way to gauge that.
Exactly.
He could output 0 on the armor.
Yep.
He had no capacity for that.
Failed every single time, and even when he got
It's
in,
literally
it wasn't even say it's a personal thing. I wasn't the one who let him in.
no.
It was someone else who's sure, yeah, he's funny, right? Yeah,
I'm almost a little bit bummed that they didn't do you probably had him do this so that it would look better.
right. There were a lot of things in that conversation that I was hoping would happen
Yeah.
to showcase the competency of the military, because they had a lot of arguments that they could have made of no, we get what you're getting at of use him as a weapon because he's totally a kaiju and we understand that. We can't take that risk though, because we're in such a precarious situation where if a fluke happens, we're screwed, right?
Right. Let's just go the weapon route, right?
Yeah, let's just go the weapon route. We know that,
But ultimately, this guy has the ability to just veto all of them and be like, no, it's my decision.
Yeah.
And that's probably because they're in such a crisis right now that it's not really a council of people. It's more we're all advisors to our guy that's really in charge.
Yep.
Which, okay. So, So everybody's excited. He's going to be okay. Kaiju number 9, though, has broken the rules here, though. Kaiju number 9 might not be just Kaiju number 9. This might be Kaiju number 8 on its side, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because we don't really know what a second body means necessarily. It could mean all kinds of things.
Yeah, with the regeneration, theoretically, you could just split and make a duplicate.
Yeah, could your core theoretically regenerate itself to where you could have duplicate cores if you split them?
Can Kaiju reproduce, you know?
Yeah, we don't know. So it's a fun way to build up the terror that Kaiju number 9 is, one, intelligent.
Sure.
Which I very much like that. What makes Kaiju number 9 so scary here is that they're actually ingratiating and integrating themselves into humanity by, one, having this regular job.
Oh, yeah.
Two, very much trying to like understand humanity through games. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a fun way to do it here.
Yep.
But then also trying to evaluate the species in like I'm not really concerned about the war. I'm more just kind of curious about like, what is this creature that we're battling right now?
Yeah.
Meaning like, we have intelligence on what they're capable of, but like, who are they really? So I'm going to, as a part of being through this parasite kind of getting info,
Yep.
I'm going to do the, AI evaluates humanity kind of thing and just be like,
Right.
I read their history, I played them in their games, I'm already at the top of their food chain, basically, within a short period of time.
Yeah.
And what's impressive about them is not really any of their individuals or what have you. It's just they
Them as
pass
a collective.
down knowledge through generations.
Okay.
Okay, they're good learners. But yeah, they need to go.
Right, like
it feels like a species just debating whether we'll use our, mass
button.
extinction buttons to be like, should we just kill all of them?
Well, and
or should we like try and incorporate some things we can learn from them?
Well, and I think that's what the second number 9 represents. It's okay. Oh, wait, have we been so short-sighted that we didn't realize that humans were actually doing a very simple thing? Oh, I can do that.
We can pass down.
Warp, makes another copy of themselves that maybe isn't quite as strong or whatever. All right, I don't want to risk myself because I actually was in a dicey situation.
Sure.
You go out and experiment.
You go do this, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make another generation of a generation of a generation.
Right. And one of the other things
that's a fun point, yeah.
One of the other things that I love here is that they were having a conversation with a copy of themselves or whatever, another number 9 of some sort.
Yeah.
They weren't doing what I thought they were going to be doing, which is I'm in contact with Kaiju Command or whatever the equivalent is, right? Through some psychic link or whatever. Nah, it's just a conversation between these two. This theoretically could be an entire different splinter cell of Kaiju, the Kaiju population.
Oh.
That's like, like even if it started as a result of some directive of them, this approach is clearly not something that the rest of the Kaiju at least have been doing. They might start adopting it as, on number 9's instruction.
Sure.
But that hasn't been a thing. And maybe that's the reason for the parasites is we need to crack whatever it is that humanity's been doing that's making it so that they've
How
been
are they
beating
keeping
us.
up with us? Yeah.
Because they shouldn't be. By all numbers, we should beat them. Right. But we haven't.
Right.
So
and
let's fix that.
They're learning. So
Right.
we're going to learn what we can learn from them.
Yeah.
I like the idea, though, that he's kind of like the main antagonist, though, by having this level of intelligence.
Yep.
Meaning that it doesn't have to have a Kaiju command. The Kaiju could be actually just a species that just evolves and what have you.
Right. They don't really have a culture or a thing yet. Yeah.
Right. But they could have had harvesting stuff that was harvesting humans. And so the numbers are basically them iterating what they know of humans into their Kaiju stuff.
Sure.
So they could be doing the same thing where as they've been doing this, the Kaiju end up getting more humanoid in their shape.
You could even say that maybe Kafka's whole thing here wasn't actually a fluke.
No.
That it's this is our 10th man test, right? What happens when one of us decides to side with the humans? How does that work? How do the humans respond to that?
Right.
Are we able to reassert control after we give the human, free reign?
Right.
Right? Oh, let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it could be a fun experiment where they know they'll just, out generation what was eventually number 8, or it's the there's a whole bunch of fun ways they could take with this. So this is a very good, I would say, proper cliffhanger, and that it doesn't just keep the door open and go, ooh, this is inside, and then not show us what's inside. It's the door is open, we see what's inside, and it's the, oh God, what does that mean though?
Right, because
so that's how you make a good cliffhanger.
Especially for a show that has been so good about having the immediate visceral cliffhangers of like, and then there's another attack, right? Like, and it's been really good at that. Really good at keeping things exciting. But when it comes to, okay, people won't be able to tune in for the next episode. This is the end of a season. How do we get them invested in the grander story as a whole rather than just the immediate, oh man, how are our characters going to get out of this one? You know? This is a great way to do it.
Yeah, you should imply some really cool things about the kaiju. Yeah, and we have only got this season right now. As far as this anime as a whole, I need more time for the side characters to cook. We are definitely hurting in the side characters department as far as depth and stuff to get into here. There's stuff there. There's a foundation that's made. But this also feels very much like if you were to take Attack on Titan and cut it off at Cour 1 of season 1.
Right, and even
be like, that's it. Now.
And even, let's be real, the weakest part of Attack on Titan is its side characters.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No. You know,
totally get it. It's a structural issue in these kinds of stories.
And that'll only get magnified when you condense the pacing and everything even more.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that I love that they focused in on, though, the main character here for basically the whole episode, but showed almost in a, like a, lack for a better comparison, a Captain America kind of
sure, I could do this all day. Yeah.
That he's been consistent.
Right.
And yet he's still that older recruit that's just desperately wanted to chase after his best friend and basically prove to her that he's got what it takes too. And she basically acknowledged to everybody else, except him, that he has what it takes.
Right.
And in a way that she couldn't do throughout all this time, in a way that was very overtly discussed here, and that she wanted to make sure she showed him no special favors. And almost in a cold way, she kind of kept that wall up so that nothing could be given. It was anything but unprofessional. Like, it was the most professional relationship, even though you could tell, desperately wanted to connect with him in these moments.
She would probably have been okay with slightly unprofessional dynamics with some of the other officers, but would absolutely not be, okay with that with Kafka.
Right. So the fact that she did this here and then had her little smile moment to like bring it to her chest, like, yes.
All right.
Like,
I did it.
It's just really cool characterization for her.
Yeah.
Because there's the potential clear angle in that, like, the kaiju killed like her parents or what have you, or family or something. But in the moment where she didn't have anybody, she still had Kafka.
Right.
And then in this moment where Kafka really didn't have anybody who could help here, he had her.
Nice.
There's a beautiful just symmetry there in that regard. So love their dynamic as far as characters kind of spiraling, helixing around, just, headed towards the future together. And the fights, the fight and how it went here felt really good.
Yep.
It's a very clear way in which they scale the power by just, hey, Kaiju number 8 just transformed.
Right.
He went full red mode and got bigger.
Exactly.
So he starts winning.
Yeah.
I loved it, but it's just so well presented, and the music, the animation.
And I really appreciated the thing of the other, I think it was the bald dude that was watching being like, wait.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is a test. He didn't kill him. Like he's not let into the know on everything because the general just does what he wants.
Yeah.
Oh no, he didn't kill him earlier. Clearly this is a test. Right.
This is
either an evaluation for what kind of weapon they could expect, or the, what amount of human is left in there, if any.
Right. But then we were introduced to the first division captain, someone who was basically brought in here to be backup, which is really fun because it's hey, if there's anybody out there that's like not at the general's level in terms of output, but would be brought in to be the, hey, help in case
the
things
runner-up,
go bad
in
here.
case the guy who's punching with kaiju number, using kaiju number 2 to punch, in case he can't handle things. Yeah.
Narume just seems like another Mina or another Shinomiya or another Hoshina, where it's the like he's got a souped up weapon that the only people who could use this are those that have outputs above 90% or what have you.
Probably,
And that's probably just he's the best of the best in that regard. He'd probably give Hoshina a run for his money and stuff. But he's not wielding the kaiju numbers stuff. He's
exactly. It's like the equivalent of Shinomiya's axe, right? It's still like a weapon.
But he was here for that very express purpose, and he didn't come out at all because he's a good soldier that follows orders, and it's specifically because the general never called for backup.
Right.
So I just really like that dynamic of, hey, the general wasn't just, being watched by someone that's casually the strongest ever and is actually way better than the general here just for the sake of it and has a cool, design and stuff just to add another cool character with the design that's crazy power scales beyond him. It's I was the backup and I thought you were going to kill him. That's why I held like I didn't break orders and everything and come out to help you.
But it really was going bad for you.
This was going very bad for you. So what were you like? What were you thinking, Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But just fun thing to also just build up the general in a way where he's separated from the less competent, more kind of pouty, complainy officers who, in some ways, their characters are getting sacrificed for the purpose of having the conflict happen.
Yep.
Which sucks, but they weren't really built up in any strong way anyway.
And if anything, it builds up more of the need to have someone like this who does have that, no, what I say goes, because he is the one that's on the front. He's like, oh, I'm not sure about Kaiju number 8. Okay, I'm going to fight him myself. That was a terrible idea in a lot of ways, right? And yet, oh, hey, it's what you needed, right? Because now you're able to actually make an informed decision, and you just got an incredibly powerful weapon that you wouldn't have otherwise.
Right. And then we had brought up the 10 years ago number 6 thing here.
Yep.
Which is very fun to have another few generations ago.
Right.
As far as kaiju numbers.
Well, and also gives another point in time as far as the curve of kaiju escalation,
Yeah.
Because, okay, 2 in 10 years. All right, cool. And then there was number 2, which was the 70s, 80s, something like that?
It was a long time ago.
So it is getting faster.
It is getting faster, and that's scary. But kaiju number 6 killed 3 captains casually. And the way they said that was almost like 3 captains. We don't get captains.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense then that our squad of main side characters, if you will, are all being looked at as potential captains in the future. So
nice.
It's we really need these people because one kaiju number killed 3 captains. This is not a Espada versus, Shinigami situation.
Yeah,
here.
no,
It's their numbers go faster,
right,
and ours are getting more, but they're not regenerating as fast, and we're not getting them up to that level as fast.
And that was probably something where it's the way it was talked about, it very much felt to me this is a time when humanity fucked up.
Right. We almost lost.
We sent in 3 captains, probably thinking that it's all right, this is the overwhelming force. They will exterminate this kaiju. Oh, shit, they're dead.
Yeah, they're all dead. Yeah.
Right? Uh-oh.
We needed to send me.
Yeah, that was also unprecedented.
Right, and the idea that also the general's wife was killed, that means she was a soldier. She was a badass. She was out there probably doing stuff. Or, and this is the really terrifying thing, or the kaiju made it all the way to command, made it to us.
Oh, sure, because she probably wasn't living on the residential front line.
No, she was
high-risk area or
she
something.
could have been. She could have been. Or she could have been at command with you as another officer or something.
Yeah.
And then it came down to the wire.
Right.
It was that bad.
Yeah, it's not we sent 3 captains to kill this thing. It's no, they're attacking us.
They attacked us and,
and we brought everyone in to
defend. We were
besieged,
basically, and nearly lost.
Yeah.
Off of one kaiju number 2 generations ago.
Right.
So
it is something that I like that this show basically does to keep the idea of the kaijus terrifying because it's playing to tropes and conventions of stories where kaiju then might start to seem kind of
trivialized.
trivialized. It's we're used to those, right? Yeah, they come along and then people send in the tanks for some reason and the tanks get wiped out and then, all right, then we have to send in the mech, right? Or something like that, right? And it's like, no, these things are terrifying. Even if you think it's just, oh, it's this size, I can punch it to death. Suddenly it's 5 times bigger and it's got you in the palm of its hand, right? Like that's a problem.
It's Hulk Loki-ing you.
Yeah, exactly.
That happened in a few minutes, so.
Right.
Ooh, but yeah, fun. Kafka, honestly, carries the show for me, though.
Yeah.
I really like his, I'm a 30-year-old,
right.
like, adult who's
I've got
really
the belly
trying to
and
have the, like, I'm gonna be a good boy, but he's still like, a fully grown man, and he's trying
he grew
to
up
like
on Hajime no Ippo.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's trying to do that now.
Yeah,
and he's getting the chance because
he's
of
not
the Kaiju
Takamura,
thing. But no,
he'd love to be. His dream is to be
this
Takamura.
Is Takamura.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So I just love that he's then going to be still this inspiration to the younger ones here who call him Gramps and are kind of laughing at him.
Right.
And thus he's also the heart from the hope standpoint for the ones who are actually going to be the geniuses, the ones that are actually going to be the best that humanity has that we can send against the great threat.
He won the lottery, and now hopefully the lottery winnings will help buy time for everybody else.
Yeah, and that's kind of fun because then he can be unstoppable. He can be the invincible protagonist, right?
Yeah.
But all these regular geniuses, if you will need to be protected by him.
Right.
And that's I personally love this era of anime. Die. Yeah, me too. But I'm just saying I love this era of anime we're in, where we're in a post One Punch Man world, where the protagonists are generally just admitted they have plot armor.
Right. We're acknowledging it at the very least. That's always been the case.
It has always been the case.
Upfront,
but let's be even more upfront exactly by being like, no, they are the strongest in an absurd degree.
Yep.
But that makes then the stories pivot the conflict not around whether the protagonist is going to make it through this or going to be able to stop the bad guy. No, it's what will be the cost associated with that.
Right.
Will you be able to catch up to Mina?
Yeah.
Will you be able to protect your friends? Will they be able to be even strong enough to help you? Those kinds of things have been used throughout time, but I feel like they're being, I don't know, more directly pulled up.
It's fun. I like it.
And then of course the story's nice and fast and simple, so we get good big dumb fun all the way. So
absolutely.
Yeah. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next show's reaction and discussion, Danger in My Heart or The Dangers in My Heart, was voted on before this in a top 2 poll. Go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.